today's review, we will be reviewing the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Hulk. And I'm very excited to review this. We just reviewed the Maximum Series Spider-Man recently, and now we are going to be reviewing the Hulk. If you've watched that video, you will know that I'm very interested to see how this works and if it really is Maximum or if it's just the accessories that make it Maximum. So, real fast, a look at the top of the box, a look at the bottom of the box, a look at the side of the box, if we can fit it in a frame, and another side box panel, and then the back of the box. And like the Spider-Man, there's no flavor text. You know who the Hulk is. These are all hard hitters that are in the series so far, so I feel like they don't need to have like a text spec talking about the character and all that stuff. But it would have been nice to have it, but I like this art on the back. And here we have Maximum Series Hulk out of the package, and the accessories, not as many as Spider-Man, but, you know, not very many. Well, there was an accessory I was surprised they didn't give this Hulk, actually 2 or 3. I really thought they were going to give him like the cement slash, you know, concrete, like the 20th anniversary one had, where it was all broken up. I thought there'd be some kind of like accessory like that, or maybe like a new beating weapon, like the pipe, maybe like do an iron bar kind of thing. I don't know, I really thought there was going to be something for him to hold besides a missile, and something for him to kind of like do the ground pound with, but they definitely went with, you know, the clap. People have been wanting that for a while, so they went with that. And so you get, you know, the left and right hand. I've never seen a Hulk action figure open hand since like Toy Biz, when they had, you know, the hands that kind of move like that. And man, that is interesting. I feel like you could almost use this for like a Green Lantern accessory of like a slapping hand. But you get both those hands, and you get both the clap effects where the hands are swooshing, and then the actual clap explosion. I mean, it could also be like a crown if you want it to be. You get the missile, which can be put together to be a full missile, which I think this accessory alone is kind of cool. Like, it would have been cool to get 2 of these, maybe. But yeah, that's really cool. And then, of course, there's the missile trail that goes on it that can come off, so you can use that for other things. That's really cool. And then, of course, 2 fist Hulk hands, and then the other portraits. So we get the grinning teeth Hulk, which is really cool. I really like that. Surprisingly enough, there's no like piece right there. That piece is just there. Usually if there's gum showing, it's like that, but I just think that's really cool looking. And then we've got the screaming hair flowing Hulk, which is really cool, which does have that pink part right there. But yeah, I think that's a really, I like the heads. The heads definitely, like I said during the Spider-Man, the heads are really cool, and the accessories, you know, it's hard to complain when Hasbro asks as much as they do with what it comes with, when you know what the fan base community is getting money-wise for accessories and stuff like that. So I can't fault Hasbro for going, hey, there's money to be made there. We could do effects and missiles and extra heads and charge, you know, $25 to $30 more to the regular standard figure and make that money there. But besides that, let's go over the figure itself. This is going to be interesting, because this is the soft piece right here. You can see like it is a rubber material, but they said it will last and it won't get damaged, and that's because in the inside is a new piece that lets you ab crunch like that, not ab crunch, butterfly joint like that. So that's really cool. And they can go all the way back like that, so you can throw something, which is really cool. Head articulation is none. He can't really look down except for maybe that much, and then he can only look up about that much. Plenty of movement to go like that and that, but it does make the face go up, so that is a bit of a disappointment. Arms can go about that far out. They can, of course, do a full 360. Very nice ratcheted. And then here's the downside for a lot of people. Has the upper swivel. Actually, this part is like separate. It can actually move on its own. No double jointed elbows, and there's that little part right there that sticks out. But I mean, I feel like with their bigger figures, they can't really do that. I mean, then again, I think we're getting Dragon Man with double jointed elbows, and we did get Galactus and Sentinel, so I don't know why Hulk couldn't. I think it's because there is the muscles, so it's a little bit harder with this kind of thing. It's not like machinery. I don't know. Dragon Man again. I'm gonna have to go look at that Dragon Man photo because I'm 90% sure it has double jointed elbows, but that is a crowdfunded / not crowdfunded item. Ab Crunch is surprisingly only that much, even with the new maquette on the inside over here. There is, of course, the very fun Toys R Toys hip swivel kind of area. The legs can go up about that far. They can go that far forward. They can go that far back. So the butt kind of hinders that. But then, of course, there is double jointed knees. Not pinless, though. They do have the pins, but that's okay. Toe bend on him. That's really cool. I don't know if I think that is new. Then, of course, the foot rockers and the foot movers like that and like that. So, yeah, some really good movement for a character like Hulk. Same with the Spider-Man. Could have had some more articulation. I would have loved to see a cut over here for, an ab crunch. I would have loved to seen, updated pinless, knees and elbows that are double jointed. I would have liked to see more, movement on the neck instead of just that. I mean, it is pretty good without the head on, but with the head on, I think it limits the movement. But yeah, that rubbery material that's flexible is really cool. I'm curious to see where we might see this again. But yeah, I'm going to strike him in a pose. I'm sure you can guess what pose that's going to be and then give my final thoughts on him. And here we have Hulk doing the thunderclap. I'm going to turn on the turntable, but I am not confident this is going to stay up. I don't know, maybe it will. And yeah, really cool that it could do this. I feel like it should have been called there he goes. It should have been called the Maximum Clap Hulk over the Maximum series, because I feel like that's really where they were focusing more so than Maximum. Whereas the Spider-Man, there was a lot of articulation. There was even more articulation than the Renew Your Vows body when it comes to certain things. So I feel like this was great with accessories. I would give them, the points for accessories. Really good set of hands, and usually you only get probably these 4 hands and then the figure and a head for a regular Hulk. I mean, sometimes we get 2 heads, so you're really only getting an extra set of hands and some extra accessories. So yeah, I could see where this one would be a little disappointing to some people. But if you don't have a Hulk already, because the 20th anniversary one is a little hard to get, and the Wolverine Hulk 2-pack one is a little bit harder to get, and then, the only other ones I think we've had since then was like Grey Hulks, Joe Fixit, stuff like that. So this is definitely great if you need a Hulk for your Marvel Legends collection. But there's other people that probably prefer the Toy Biz era or the Marvel Selects, Diamond Selects version. But I think this is a great figure. Do I think it was worth, putting Maximum on it? I don't know. It's not quite as great as the, Spider-Man. I mean, this is a early, subgroup, so I can't judge it too much because there's still, so much more to come from it, I feel. So, being Hulk, I feel like there were some limitations with, the size and pricing and everything like that and all that stuff. So, I give it, I'll give it 4 gamma slaps out of 5. Doesn't quite hit the 5 for me. It's really just a 4 out of 5 because I feel like there was so much more that could have made it more Maximum. But I'm not hating on the toy. It's a great toy, and it's a great Hulk. If you don't have a Hulk already, you get 3 different art style Hulks, like from different eras. Like this one, I'm actually excited about it for the head more than anything, because this is the Hulk that I grew up seeing on, the Evergreen Band-Aids and yogurt packs and cereal boxes and stuff, because this was like you know, early to mid 2000s, late 90s, you know, the hair like this with like the shaved on the back and stuff like that was a very popular Hulk when I was growing up, so I got the nostalgia for that. So that head alone, you know, I almost bought a third-party one for one of my previous Hulks, but I was like, then I'd have to change the head out when I want it, so now I could just have this one like this. And now I'm wondering which one of these heads, I'm gonna have to look around for, you know, a reason for them to be used on other Hulks and stuff like that. But really great figure. If you don't have a Hulk, definitely pick it up. If you already have one of the older Hulks, I don't feel like there's enough to warrant, you know, buying this one again. Because the other one, like the 20th anniversary one, is excellent in my opinion. It's really good. I like it a lot. But this one definitely brings its own things to the table. I just don't know if it's maximum in my opinion. But yeah, thank you so much. Like always, hit that like, subscribe if you're not already. Share this with any of the other friends that you know that like Marvel Legends. And thank you so much for stopping by. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.